did a great. Okay, good. Another person who missed the recording. Anyway, whatever. That was my win. So there we go.
That's awesome. And the win that I heard in underneath it all was the vulnerability. And
Oh yeah, like there's nothing more vulnerable than telling everybody that you're going to do something, announce it everywhere that you're going to do something, and then it doesn't work and doesn't get recorded properly and doesn't do right. Karen, right?
I
Oh my
lost
God.
my mind. It didn't record, and I put everything, my whole heart into this event, and I and it's my fault because I didn't check the settings and it only caught the audio. So I have a great audio. Um, and so what I'm going to try to do is salvage it by putting like a slideshow, but that's more time. But anyways, Barb, I feel your pain.
yeah, but
Anyway,
that's
and I guess another win is modeling to my team that I didn't like completely freak out. Like I just looked at it and said, I can't fix this. Like it's not a fixable thing. Sorry. And so we made the best of it. So anyway, sometimes the wins come from like, you gotta be kidding me.
we could spend a half hour or an hour just on this whole subject because you're giving your team permission to not be perfect. They see because Barb, they may see you as so polished and so organized and so systematized that maybe there are certain people on your team that can't relate. But what a gift you gave them, right? I'm human too. We're all human. We're doing the best we can. And they may not be afraid to do their own presentation someday because they know they don't have to do it perfectly.
I just want to tag on to that really quickly because when Cynthia asked me if I was unshakable, and I sort of hesitated, and the reason I hesitated is that when this kind of stuff happens, I know that my tendency is to like kind of panic a little bit. You know what Barb went through, and we kind of went through it with Heidi and oh my gosh. Sinclair. Nicole? No. Anyway, names sometimes go. But
Christine Sinclair. Name is Christine.
thank you, Christine. And we had challenges with the technology, and we eventually, Christine pulled it through and was able to share the video. But I did sense that, oh my God, people did drop off the call. But it's just the way it goes. So I guess what I'm saying is that's something that I'm working through, and listening to this is really helpful, because technology does fail us sometimes, and it's no reflection on us personally. So, all right, I'll stop there.
Anyone else? Any other gold?
Well, that actually was my fault. I didn't check the settings. I did. I checked a whole bunch of settings, but not that one. And I assumed that you hit record and it records audio and video. And so that definitely was my fault. But now I learned that lesson the hard way, and I'm proud of myself. The big win is that I didn't cry or throw a tantrum. So I think I'm improving.
That's so true. That's so true. Brandon Barber, my coach, if you ever get a chance to do anything with Brandon Barber, please do. He's awesome. But one of the things he says is that when there's storms, and even if we feel like we caused the storm, it's not, things aren't going great. How calm and assured, confident we are. And not that, I mean, not again, not that we're doing perfect and not that we can, want to pretend that everything is perfect, but just staying that calm. That helps everyone else stay calm, and that helps everyone else when they make a mistake, because they will not maybe freak out, right? Because they know, oh, we can do this. Okay, Randy.
So I have a win in progress, and I want to commend all you guys on your up here or your work under pressure, which is awesome because that's we are here to talk about how people can alleviate some of that pressure, right? Okay, so I'm working on a bathroom for a client. I do renovations as well. And she's a baker. She does all kinds of gluten-free and nut-free and stuff like that. And talked to her husband about um, Juice Plus and how it might help him with, he can't drive for more than 3 hours, gets very painful knees and hips and has to go for a walk. So I asked him, is it inflammation? And he said, definitely. And so I sent him a couple videos, and now his wife, who's the baker, she said to me yesterday that he wants to definitely get it. And so I think the whole family is in need because they have a daughter with multiple allergens and or allergic reactions to like all kinds of stuff. And so I think it might be a really good win for them and of course for me. So so yeah.
That's awesome. Good win in progress. That's great. Okay. Going. Anyone else? Oh, Don.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to hop off the call early. I'm going out to UCLA today with my brother to check on my sister-in-law. And I'm going to, years and years ago, my brother and my sister-in-law were on Juice Plus, but she is having some major health crises. So I am going to have I don't want it to be an intense conversation with my brother because I've talked to him a couple times, but this is going to be like the serious conversation about him asking the medical team that's caring for my sister-in-law about Juice Plus. I've got some anxiety about it. So you guys could just, if you guys are prayers, pray for me today because it's really, really important because they're last night they put her on a feeding tube.
Oh,
So I want him to talk to them about getting the complete and the capsules and giving that to her. She's a lung transplant patient from a year ago. And she's just really struggling with nutrition and hydration and things like that. So that's my win in progress today. So yeah, it's going to be a long, intense day. So I just, my prayer has been that the medical team that we speak with today, that it would be, because you can never say the wrong thing to the right person, right? So that they would be open and to listen, and I could send them some stuff off of boards about it, and just that's what my day is going to be today. So
sounds good. We
and
will.
being vulnerable.
Yes, we will be praying. I know in recordings on Facebook, there are some good stories of,
Yeah.
I have a personal story if you want me to vox it to you.
Oh, that would be great. That would
just
be awesome.
send me a message in Voxer and I'll shoot that to you.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, this is a really good segue into vulnerability. And who watched the vulnerability video with good? Oh, good. So let's talk a little bit about that. What is the importance of us being vulnerable? Why do we have to do that? It's just no fun.
I think it just makes us real. Everybody's struggling with different, not the same exact things, but everybody's struggling with something. And I think it just makes us more real, and we can show empathy and sympathy. And even though it's not the exact thing, we have something to share. We have value to bring to them.
Yes. So good. Anyone else?
I mean, it does make you real, and it makes you easier for people to connect with you and relate to you. And I don't know if this is appropriate here, but I'm having a really hard time coming up with that post online. And I'll tell you, I'm okay to do this right here and even, but I have kids that are watching me, teenagers. And so two of the posts I was going to do without crying, one about my parents dying and two about dating. But I feel, because I'm single, I feel like I don't want I want my kids to see that I'm real and vulnerable, but I don't think that that's appropriate. Yes, I need help.
I've been because I was single for quite a while when my daughter was between 5 and 18. Um, I did date a couple of people, but being honest with them and open about that was actually as age appropriate helped me with my daughter, letting her know, hey, she's a person. She needs to be around people. They don't have to know it's a boyfriend. Hey, I'm going out with friends. Be honest to a point, depending on the age. They need to know that you're human and you have feelings.
I guess I
And
have to
that's,
just word it so it's appropriate.
well, you're not going to go ham and go have sex or anything like that. You're just going to keep it
No?
basic. No, no.
I thought we were supposed to be open and vulnerable, Carolyn.
To a point, you have children, so you're not going to go to that. Like I said, I've done it with my daughter, just being
Okay.
honest, and she's good now. She's good. The Marine Corps kind of messed her up, but anyway, she's good.
We're talking adult children, right?
They are, yeah, they're 29 and 34.
Yeah.
And I met Karen.
Yeah,
Okay,
same,
I'm sorry.
15 to 21.
What was the
Yeah.
first name?
Bodie's 15.
Oh, okay. So, and he's on Facebook. Yeah, that I can.
Oh, wait. You just said something. Thank you. Yep. They're not. They're on Instagram. So I won't put it on my Instagram feed. I'll put it on my Facebook feed. Oh, God. I wonder about myself sometimes. Thank you guys
Well,
for
you
having
know,
my
like,
back.
I don't know about you, but I was a high school teacher, and they're like, when I left teaching, they're like, well, how do we keep in touch? And then they looked at me and go, oh, I don't suppose you're on anything except Facebook, which is for old people. Just don't put it on Snapchat. That's where they are too.
TikTok. Dawn, is your hand up? Okay. Great. So the importance of vulnerability, we talked about that, and that's a really good segue. Karen, how do we be vulnerable? My Bible study coach, when I was a Bible study leader, said, your women can see you bleed, they can't see you hemorrhage, right? So we don't want to just blah everything to where it looks like we aren't going to give them hope, right? But to be vulnerable and real, that's what it's going to take for them to see us as a human and not as a machine or a sales, robot. So it is super important. Brandon Barber talks about your vulnerability and your imperfections, the ones we want to hide. That's our gold. That's what is the key to opening up, people being able to relate to us and see us as a person, with a heart. And I know that the things I've been through are why I have so much compassion for people that struggle. They don't know that. And if they don't see that I have any struggles, they're not going to think I'm going to have compassion for their struggles. Does that make sense? Okay. So anyone else having trouble with getting that post together?
I just
Congratulations to the people that already did it. I saw you.
Oh, good.
Janae, right? Well done.
Well, what I wanted to share is that I have, I'm trying to develop a content calendar every month, and I have different buckets for each day. And Tuesday is like, mindset and peace of mind. And I sometimes go to ChatGPT to get ideas. So I had a post in there, and then after I read that, I changed it because I was having a really challenging day where I just couldn't, I was putting out fires. It was just one of those days where I was taking care of things that had deadlines and needed to get done and not really focusing on the things that I wanted to focus on. And I decided to be as vulnerable as I thought I could in that, for that post. So I don't know how vulnerable it was, but I made I did a bunch of selfies with some like, faces and and I picked one face and I just shared, because my post was about reset and deep breathing and I needed that.
Well, didn't you do the post that your life is not a to-do list?
I'm not, yeah, I basically, what I said is I sometimes feel like a human doing instead of a human being.
And that's me. And I find that's all my friends. And I love the to-do list. I love writing down what I do. I love checking it off. I that fills me up. I go to bed knowing I had a productive day, but there's more to life than that, And I think that gives permission for people to pause, relate, take a deep breath. Like I thought I connected to it.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And I just wanted to say that I haven't been getting a lot of comments on my post lately, but I got a good amount of comments and reactions to that one. And I think and I think the magic sauce is in how we respond to people and carrying on, create a conversation. So,
And I like that he said, oh, what are we supposed to do? Just give him a call and say, are you happy? Right? Isn't that what he said to do? Like,
yeah, he said, I wasn't quite sure.
He said comment. I don't know if he said phone.
okay.
Right, I don't remember.
Barb, I always hear phone. Okay, so yeah, so maybe private message them and say, hey, just one question, thanks for applying. Phone call, are you happy? I think that's huge. When is the last time somebody asked you if you were happy?
Yeah.
Because that's going to open a door, maybe.
A really good one.
Yeah. I something about, I feel like I need to rephrase that somehow. I don't know, but I'll give it a try.
Okay, but let me tell you, this is just from my experience on this program and what I've learned. There are some things that I did not feel comfortable doing, like that, asking for friends, to support me and stuff. And I did it I would have never done this. I did exactly like he said, and I got a big win. So I think that's weird to say, are you happy on this? But I'll tell you what, the guy said to do it. It worked for him. I'm doing it. Like, just do it.
All right.
And then what are somebody going to be like, oh, that's so weird that they said that. But I'll tell you, Barb, when somebody texts me, how are you? It bothers me. Barb, if you want to know how I'm doing, pick up the phone, let's talk, right? So are you happy on a typing? To me is a little weird. I'd rather talk. But
yeah. And Tamberly, I know you had your hand up.
Hey, yeah, I came in at the beginning of the call, but then a nurse came in. We're here in the hospital, and I'm here with my daddy. So I missed the post. Are we supposed to be creating a vulnerable post right now?
Yes.
Can you please describe that?
Sure. On the video for our homework, it's Fraser Brooks and Eric Worre talking about vulnerability and making a vulnerability post. And the importance, you probably heard us talking about the importance of that, why that is such a big deal. And I want to say one thing, it's practice, right? Vulnerability is a muscle, just like anything else. So don't overthink this first post. Don't be hard on yourself if you don't think you did a good job. Just practice. And maybe each week in your calendar, put a vulnerability of some type of post. Keep practicing this. And so the characteristics or what makes this post up are.
I'm sorry. I'll have to listen to the recording. Our doctor just came in.
Okay.
So, but I'm going to listen to the whole recording since yeah.
Well,
thank y'all so much. I appreciate
it. That brings up just a quick little point. So I'm going to shut up and get out of here really quick. It's so important. Like, I think at the beginning, oh, no, sorry. It's so important to watch. Like, I love the fact that this group and Cynthia and you guys who are leading these calls do such a great job paraphrasing, but there is something absolutely really important into listening to those trainings. And if you miss them, Like the last little ones have been great. I'm like 12 minutes, excellent. It's not an hour. Like I'm in. I can do it, and I'm all caught up on my like the recordings and the whatever. But there is something. Maybe it's just that I like the way he talks, right? I like Darren Hardy. I like Eric Worre. He's just I like that. But if you listen to both, like if you get him doing the training and then this group massaging it and understanding it, it just seems to go so well together. But there is that like disconnect if you just have one or the other.
Yes.
So
Yes.
anyway, I'm quieting. I'm going to go look for my picture right now.
I agree. And don't go far because we're going to work on our calendars. But I agree. So if you haven't watched, please watch the video, the homework. Maris. Oh, you're on mute.
Hi guys. So I've done the 90-day run before, and I've done the vulnerability post. And if that can help, what I ended up doing is I ended up putting, because I think I remember I was taking sometimes selfies to post, and sometimes the camera just takes you before you're ready for the selfie. So you take few selfies. And I had done that. I found two pictures that were the same. One picture where I looked miserable, like my face and my expression looked miserable, because it was actually, I was trying on wigs for my mom, who was going through chemo. And then I was going to send it to her like, hey, what do you think about this one? And so there was a picture of me with the wig with like completely, I mean, my face looked like crazy. And then there's a cute picture of me with my mom's wig that I was asking if she liked it. And so you might have some of these as well, because if they're from the same day of like, this is me, how I really feel, this is me, how I show up on Instagram 5 seconds later with my mask on. If you have one of these, or you can make one of these, or, like showing that, and that was before Juice Plus as well. So that was great. So I could see like, this was me going through it with my mom. I wish I had found Juice Plus before, because I'm convinced it would have helped her in her journey, blah, blah, blah. And I was really nervous to post it, and I posted it, and I had way more like engagement than I expected. And people that never comment on anything commented, and like I was surprised. I mean, it's their things work. It's just too, and it took me a while to post it. I was like, oh my gosh, but do it for real.
Thank you. Heidi.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I
Okay, you
was trying
guys,
to put
this
it
is
all
me, no
together.
makeup. This is very vulnerable for me because we have no power. But I just want to share that I've noticed that when I post, I lost a daughter 22 years ago. She drowned on the Trinity River here. And when I post a memory of her, or when I post her birthday, it's amazing how many hundreds of people comment, or they, share their condolences. But it is amazing how people step up and are so supportive when we are vulnerable, when we share something that's hard.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've got tears in my eyes just saying that, but I miss her immensely. And I might post something about the holidays and how there's that empty place at the table. She was 12 years old. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that.
Thank you. Thanks for your vulnerability. And Maris, thank you for yours. You're right. And we want to reach people. We want to build relationships. We want them to know we care. And that vulnerability does that. It's a gift that vulnerability also raises the algorithm. That's not the main motivation by any means, but it definitely does, because if hundreds of people are seeing that one and commenting, that's going to change your algorithm for in the future. Jean, did you want to say something? Okay. Okay. Great. Yeah, we love you guys. I'm so grateful for this community where we can be real. It's a great way to practice, and then we can be more real with others. So thank you so much. I took a toothless picture this morning, but I don't know if I'm ready to be that vulnerable and post it, but I just want to get it fixed. But I love all of this. Thank you so much for sharing. So I am going to go ahead now and segue into our calendaring of our 30-day calendar for social media content. Who has been playing with that? Who has theirs already done? Let's talk about that for a few minutes. Anyone? Who's struggling with getting a 30-day content and it just still seems so big? Heidi, Karen?
Who's still struggling to get the freaking prompts figured out and figure out all this stuff? Okay, so my vulnerability yesterday, I left the meeting. I could not function. I could not understand what I'm supposed to do. All I wanted was the prompts written out and somebody posted somewhere. That's all I wanted because, like, I do that for everybody. And I just left because I couldn't do it. I couldn't process. I was like, walk away. So today I'm going to have to go back and say and watch the entire thing again and spend another hour and a half of my time when all I wanted was somebody to just copy those into anything that resembled a list and put it on there. But anyway, so the answer is not me. Heck no. Absolutely not. I don't even know what the heck those prompts mean. And so I haven't done it. So I am about a month behind whatever y'all are doing. So
Well,
listen.
I agree.
But I have an idea. And then I want you to hear from everyone else. Or you can do that hour and a half, 3 hours, which will probably stretch into 8 hours because there's other things to do. Or you can start talking to your AI. Just start talking to him. So in Instagram, go to message. Oh, now I can't even remember.
Okay, here's what I'm trying to say. I don't learn like that. I don't learn like that. Like the reason I got off is because the same instructions were repeated the same way. If I did that to one of my grade 10 boys and I said, well, you just do this and you blah, 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 blah. And he's like, I don't get it. Well, you just blah, 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 and do it again. And I was like, I, I, I don't learn like if I honestly, I'm gonna go do whatever I got to do today, but I am a little. I don't really feel like doing that for an hour and a half of my time today, but I will go do it, and I will do it the way that I gotta actually have those things written out. So just going to talk to my AI when I don't know what to say to my AI, and it's been very clear that you say exactly this to your AI is a circle for me.
Okay,
Sure.
so
I'll take
I'm gonna
notes.
hop in a second. What Sandy's saying, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, is you talk to the AI so the AI gets to know who you are, right? But listen, Barb, I'm happy to type them out and give you that list. Here's the thing, because I know I think just like you. I get it. But I think there's more to it. I go ahead and do the first thing she tells me to do and it doesn't work. So that's when it you just want to just throw the computer out. But I think there's more to it than that beautiful list.
Right. And so if you are going to type that out, if you don't mind putting that in the chat, because we want to be able to help our teams learn as well. But so in the search bar of Instagram, that is AI. That is, and I forgot she called it llama. That is who you talk to, just in the search bar. And you can copy your little bio from Instagram, put it in there, and ask them from this, who am I? It can be super simple because I did it really messily. And I have, and in fact, I forgot to talk to him about that I want to recruit people into my mission, And so I had a calendar, a 30-minute calendar or 30-day calendar that had nothing to do with that. So what's nice about it is it doesn't throw them. Remember when we would do research papers and then we'd forget something and then we'd have to do it all over. We'd have the rough draft, and Meta does that for us. The AI does that for us. All we have to do is keep talking to it. I said, oh, I forgot to say, and I told this about, and with this in mind, give me a 30-day a content calendar. And he did. And I like it. I'm going to tweak it some, but I like it. And so I guess just like what we're talking about with the vulnerability, just practice. And yes, Barbie, I totally respect and am in awe of how your brain works. And so you have to do how it works for you. I totally get that. Not trying to interfere with that. For those of us that it's just a matter of we can continue practicing, it's going to get better and better. And remember, Cynthia was even saying that she went back to it and said, what's changed? And here are more things about my profile. And because we'll think of other things just like I did that we didn't mention, and that won't throw the AI. He'll be able to come right back. Heidi.
Is it how you learn, Barb? Like I learn by doing, because that's how I learn. Some people learn by hearing, some people learn by seeing. So
no, I learned by doing all of them. My question was 2 weeks ago when this first came up, I just said, hey, did anybody write that out?
Hello?
And it was scroll, scroll, scroll. I didn't even have time to get a screenshot out. Like it, and then it was done and it was like, okay. And it was say exactly this. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying. I can't write that fast. I can't screenshot that fast. I just wanted a list. It's okay. I'll do it. But it just seems like a massive waste of time for something that has been done before. Like those little copy things have been done before. Like it just seems like a massive waste of time for me to go and write it down.
Barb, I got screenshots yesterday. I got screenshots. I can send them to you.
Thank you, CJ.
That'd be lovely. Thank you.
Would you put in the accountability chat, please?
Please do. Okay, so anyone else have any concerns, or you've been working on it, practicing it? Yes, Roxana wants it also. Anyone? Were you going to say something, Tamberly?
Yes,
Okay,
I
one more
just
thing.
put
Oh, sorry,
everything
you go.
in there. I just put everything in there this morning as I did the screenshot thing, just kind of looked and put it in. So what I'm doing is copying and pasting all of those and putting them into our accountability chat right now. So don't worry others about doing that. And so that way you can just, copy paste them in. But I found it to be super helpful, like all of the ideas and that I would have never thought about, right? And then you can see how the ideas link together and create kind of this holistic view of yourself and of your mission and your goals. I thought it was very valuable. So now it's going to be a lot to go back in and create posts based upon, do a nature dose post today or whatever it might be. But it's a great guidance. So I see the value.
Thank you so much for sharing, Tamberly. Anyone else, Vicky?
Sandy, could you share the app that you are using for creating your calendar?
I'm actually going to share screen and show you how I do it, but I don't want to cut anyone off that's sharing. Has anyone found a way to make that 30-day calendar? And Cynthia said it. I mean, it's fine if you can copy and paste from Meta from the messenger into maybe your notes section of your phone if you're doing it on your phone, and you can adapt it there and put in the dates and just make it a schedule type calendar. So you can do that. You can do it in Canva. I was driving myself nuts trying to do a Canva one because that made sense to me. So instead, what I did, I'm going to share the screen and show you. Does anyone, wait, let me close this because I want to see your faces. Does anyone else use Team Up? I think we talked about this in the beginning.
So Sandy, we're doing 3 things. We're creating a social media calendar. We're being vulnerable and sharing something on Facebook. And we're also asking Meta to help us with our profile on social media. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes. And that same Meta as he's helping us with our profile and to get even more laser focused in what we say, what we're about, who we reach, all of that he's going to help us with, right? Also asking him to help us come up with that 30-day ideas on posting. And what I love about the AI is he'll come up with that and then he'll say, do you need more ideas for content? And so you can say yes and maybe tell them one of the posts that you're really interested in doing that you would need help with. Like, who was it? CJ, I think, said she put it into Chat GPT. This will do that also. You can just say, hey, I want to do a post about blah, blah, blah. Help me. And you can talk to him just like a person. I know that there are some exact verbiage that Cynthia used. You can talk to it, be real though, talk to it like a person because that will help them get to know you. Anyone else on that before I share? So what I did was I went to my Team Up app and you can set up a Team Up account. It's free. Isn't that nice? And then I'm going to go to okay, so I'm going to go to, yeah, I had all this pulled up for you. All right. And then, so you set up the account right here, Team Up, and then, and I am still figuring this out. You'll see it's my social media calendar over here. I haven't figured out how to change the main one. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so I want to make this bigger so you can see it all. There we go. So I just started, and what you do is when I was doing it, and I will continue to do it, I had let me show you what I did. I had my notes pulled up, and you'll see my 30-day media calendar is right here. So this is how simple it can be. Hold on. So I did when you go in to Team Up, it wants to help you set up your first calendar. So it has this one that says welcome calendar. It's yours. You can do what you want. And eventually I will figure out how to change it, but it is my social media calendar. You can see over here. And then you click on the date, like I'm starting on today, and I clicked on it. And then I went over, so make sure it's the right date, right? And then you add the event title. So mine was, for today, was my intro, and I changed this to be my vulnerability post. So I am introducing myself, but I'm making it, okay, let me close that out. You'll see it says at 9:35, because I'll be on a power hour, I'm going to do a vulnerability post, right? And what's nice about it is, and I had okay, so I had the description in here, but because I pulled it up, they think I want to edit it, so everything went blank. But if I close this, because I'm in edit mode, let me see if this one works. No, it doesn't show the description. That's too bad, because they know that I'm editing it. But so you do the title first. I'll just do it as if I'm doing it. So this is
Sandy, probably if you click on the blue thing, you will see what you have there.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's not showing up.
No, like on the calendar, when you click your event,
yes,
you will be able to see what's in there.
You're right. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. I guess I was putting in and that's another good point. When you click on the box of the day, you can add more things during that day. Okay. So thank you very much, Vicky. So you can see that it's my vulnerability intro photo. I'm going to do photo of me at 29 years when I felt old and like the fittest, healthiest part of my life was over. And I didn't get the rest of it done, but you could actually put the whole post in there. And then when it's time to post it, you can copy it and paste it, or it gives you an idea of what you're doing. And then to the next one is holiday snacks and healthy snacks, fresh fruits and veggies, 5 quick and healthy snack ideas for kids. And then if they want, I actually have a list of more that I can message them, and that gets some interaction. Okay. So that is basically what I'm doing on this one. And I really like it because I can post more times during the day if I want to. You can also change the color. So blue can be my Facebook post, green could be my TikTok, and yellow could be my Instagram. So you can do it differently. And when you're in Instagram talking to AI, it's going to give you the best 30-day plan for Instagram. When you ask it, is it the same for Facebook? Or how would I make these Facebook posts? It'll tell you what to tweak. It didn't give me another 30-day calendar. It just gave me a few ideas of what to tweak. I haven't I haven't ventured into TikTok yet, and I don't know if the llama can help me with that. But basically, I'm focusing on Instagram and Facebook. Any questions on that?
Yeah, I'm just curious if you put the post somewhere else, is there a way to paste it in mass, or you just have to do one at a time?
As far as I know, you do it one at a time, but you can see here, it's super simple. You copy it, you click on the day, and you put the title in. Wait, what am I doing? Click on the day and put the title in, and then under in description is where you would paste it. So you can actually work on it in notes, get it to what you want it to be, and then copy and paste it into. I don't know of a way to do, even when I was doing the Canva, because I thought that Cynthia had said you could, just download it into there. Or upload it. I didn't find a way to do that, but this to me kind of helps because I'm making it personal.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
I have a question. So, was your notes AI generated?
I'm sorry, say that again, Janet.
I said, were your notes AI generated?
Well, in a sense, they were, yes, because that came from, I'll show you where it came from, just so, no, I don't have Instagram on my laptop. So it's in Instagram, and go to Messenger, go to your messages, right? And what clicks up is the AI meta. That's where I started talking to him. And he came up with that 30-day calendar. And some of it I liked, some of it I wanted to kind of tweak, and I asked him to tweak that. And you can, customize it and tweak it yourself. I would encourage you to do that. Make it your own.
Okay, so you copied it so you can edit it. And the reason why you put it in Team Up, because Team Up will tell you, hey, it's 9:35.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I can print that out now. I can print my Team Up out. And what's really nice is, so I was in November. Just want to show you really quickly. Do you see this? The calendar?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I'm in November, and we can go right into December and start doing it as well. And then you have a record of it. Maybe a year from now, you want to look back and see what you did last year. You've got a record of all of it. You can even post the pictures in here if you want to. I don't know that we need to do that, but if you want to, that would be under attachments. You can upload.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sandy, where does it have the time that you're supposed to post?
It does. Let's see from.
Unclick all day.
Oh, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you. There you go. And then you put the time in. And you also
Thank you.
yeah. Yeah. And so then you can post other things during that day. And if you'll see if I change, here's where you change the date. So I can go to December. I can start posting for next year. In January, if you're the shred, you can start getting that ready, and then you're more, more prepared. And you can start in December posting things to get people ready for it.
That is so much better than scrambling for an idea at the last minute when we're doing the power hours. So yeah, this is going to be great.
Yes, it is. And then you feel like not fragmented because you've got a plan. You feel like you have a plan. Okay, so I'm going to get out of this. Any other questions before I get out of this?
I have a question, but you don't have to be on there.
Okay.
Yeah. So my question here, let me lower my hand. Okay, so my question is, I have been scheduling posts, and I'm wondering if, for one thing, when you paste something into this with emojis, do the emojis show up? Because I've noticed that when you paste into Word, sometimes in other programs, the emojis sort of just disappear. Do you know if the emojis stay there?
That's a really good question. I don't know. I know from your notes it can, but I don't know about from the team up.
I'll find out. And I'm kind of curious if anybody's been scheduling posts. And I'm also curious, I don't know, lately when I go on Facebook, because I've been working on Facebook primarily, all of a sudden, and I think it was just a couple of days, I wasn't really interacting that much. And now pretty much all I'm seeing is like 85% sponsored posts, and the rest are friends. Is anybody else experiencing that? Is that something new with Facebook, or is it just me?
I'm sure that it's Facebook because they're wanting to monetize. So that probably is, and the not being on it very much. I mean, the more you're on it, and
oh, I realize that. Yeah,
get your algorithms and what you want to see. So that's definitely going to help. And I was going to say that before you post, make sure that you do some activating of the algorithm, reaching out to people. Anything you do on Facebook is going to activate the algorithms. Let them know that you're awake and that your post that you're going to post in a few minutes, it's going to go out.
right. Because I had been scheduling posts, and I think that might have been the problem, is the posts have been going out without me being on right before they post.
Yes, thank you. And that was the other thing I was going to say is I try and not. I mean, there are times when scheduling is just the best way to do it. But a couple reasons, if I'm scheduling it, I'm probably not going to be on ahead of time to be activating the algorithms. It's going to go out. And I don't know if many people are going to see it. Plus, if it's scheduled, I'm not there afterwards. That's also important. That's why in the power hour, we do the birthdays and all of that afterwards, because we're continuing to wake up the algorithm because we just posted something and we want it. I used to like post and then go do something and not as many people saw it. But if you're continuing to comment and like, people are going to see it. And then there's the people that are just going to go to your Facebook because you've liked something on theirs and they're going to go check out what you're doing. And if you've just posted, that's good. All right. Anyone else? Well, I appreciate you so much. Have a great day. And oh, yep, we're at 9:02. So I will see you all tomorrow.
Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Just practice this.